You guys totally missed Coffee Cam. Holy cow. I thought I pressed a button and I failed to press buttons. It's been a long day, oh my goodness, but it's been a good day. Connection. Hello, connection. Are we connected? Is this thing on? I think it's on. Connection is shabby AF today. Alright, let me keep an eye on this connection. It's a little on the fluky dookie side. Oh, we're getting the freaking F1 bufferage again. Alright. But like I was saying, you missed Coffee Cam due to the bufferage, because I walked all the way from over there, all the way from over here with Coffee Cam. We haven't done that in a while. Yeah. I got my Truvias, I got everything all set up. And I look forward to today. Today is when I get to sit down, relax, hang out with my friends. What up, Captain Dave? Let me say hello to peoples. And I'm at True Bar. Joe Q, yeah, I mean, picking up them subscribers again. You know, YT likes me staying in the freaking 5 best places to eat shrimp lane. But I will capitulate. Chris Miller, Janice Venus, Sony. Who else is here? Mary. Chris and Frank. Happy birthday, Frank. Are you there? I think you're there. I hope you're there. My brother, my friend, my companion, you are freaking awesome. Happy birthday to Frank, happy birthday to Frank, happy birthday to Frank, happy birthday to you, and many more. Chanel Fischel, Val Marie, who else here? Angie. I want to get everyone. I want to taste this coffee too. I'm psyched. What up, Greg? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Carolyn, on myself, can't tag, but howdy, peasants here. Alright, we're going to keep an eye on this connection activity here, because it is a little fluky dookie. She said hello, and she said she missed me. I like when women say they miss me. She was the one who forgot about my coffee last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, and so I'll let it go. I mean, I let it go immediately, but yeah. All right, let's try coffees. I think I have the right amount of sugars. Hold on. Oh yeah. Nailed it. It is dark in here. Let me see if I can raise the EVs a little. No, the EVs are raised. It is dark in here. It's so odd that the chemtrails are friggin'. It's dark at like 10 after 7. It doesn't feel like it should be dark because it's still like 88 degrees. It was 88 degrees today. It's cooling down now. It's supposed to be 82. But next week, it's supposed to be mid-60s during the day and mid-40s at night. So it's all of a sudden we're going to wake up and it's going to be winter. So I'm down. I can't wait. Oh yeah, that's good. I'll be doing some good sleeping. I bought a new comforter. Yeah, I'm psyched. It's almost dark by you already? Frankie Hurd, happy birthday. Yeah, I can't. Happy birthday, Frank. I miss you. I did that video yesterday. Was it yesterday I put that out? Or last night or whatever about F1 and whatever. But I was so distracted by the chemtrails. I took the first 6 minutes of that video talking about chemtrails, pointing them out, and I mean, I could literally watch them. I do have to set up a time lapse, but it's a time lapse of like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know where I'm going to leave my phone and a gimbal and whatever. I'll find some place to do it. But I'd be bored after 3 hours. Anyway, went outside. I don't want to be outside for 3 hours when it's 90. However, I want to show people that. But point being, it pulled up the time, how much people watched the video. How you doing, Sylvia? It showed how much people watched the video, and it's like they clicked off as soon as I got done talking about that. So I think they missed the whole tail end of it, but at least it got views. People are funny. Who else? Do I gotta say all the hellos? I think I got everyone. What we got? 73 people's on board. Alright, I think everyone is a regular, but if you're not, what up, Tom? I'm going to invite everyone to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, get notified, do all the stuff, and thank you in advance for any super chat activities, which is the grease that keeps the wheels rolling around these parts, and clicking on links and doing all this stuff. Oh, I forgot to put up all my stuff on the bottom there. Uh-oh. That was a big fail. Check out heybrorfredrik.com if you want to check me out stream. And I wish more people would join us over there, but we have a lot of fun. And today, what did I cover? Oh, we covered, two things. How much you'll retire with if you start today putting $100 a month in Bitcoin. Well, one calculation was $2.2 billion. And I taught people how to make a homemade Faraday box and bag to keep your electronics safe should the poop hit the fan. That was worth the cost of admission in and of itself. Cost you under $10, So yeah, you should have one. Or you can buy, like the real stuff. I think I got a link down there to Mission Darkness and buy the real Faraday stuff. But I do both because I'm frugal like that, So yeah. And I hope people take me up on that and go ahead and protect your stuff. Oh, that coffee's good. What does that make me like? It just released all my stress for the day. It's been a busy week. It's been a little crazy week, but we're here now. We're hanging out. I gotta get some sleep, but I never sleep. I should sleep one of these days. I'll sleep good when it's 45 out. Unfortunately, in Vegas, you cannot sleep with the windows open. Not only will you probably get off, even if you're in a nice neighborhood, the dust, the level of dust, I still think the dust from the Tropicana is floating around. I mean, it's weird. You go down that end of the strip like we were last night, and you could still, do that. So it's still they're moving it around. I mean, yeah, they got a guy with a freaking hose trying to keep it down, but as they're moving that shit around, I didn't even think about that last night, That's probably still asbestos flying around as they, shovel that crap up. And not that cement dust is any better for you. You don't want to be breathing no cement dust. But anyway, you can't open the windows, so I still have to run the AC in the winter. I just put it down to 65 or 66, and it runs, but not as often as you'd think, because it's 45 degrees out at night. So yeah. Let me see who else is here. What? Is she single? Who's single? Oh, the barista? I don't know. She's got big holes in her ears and stuff and things and whatever, so I'm kind of thinking she probably doesn't swing this way. That's just me. And I ain't looking. However, I do have 2 new female co-hosts at heybrorfredrik.com. I introduced them to everyone today. 2 hotties. Bridget and Tammy. Should I post a picture of, what do you guys think, who are on the other channel too? Should I post a picture of me and Bridget and Tammy for everyone to see? I think I will. Was that funny or what? Was that good? Yeah, the weekend's coming, thank goodness. Did I say hi to Jamie? I'm gonna say hi to you again. Alright, people are climbing on. So what do we have to talk about today? F1, it's getting in gear. You saw that shit. If you saw the video. Should I tell you about my... I mentioned it a little bit. Yeah, you want to see Brigitte and Tammy? Yeah. I'll take a screenshot with them later tonight. A selfie with them later tonight. I promise. Yeah, Tammy needs a better hairdo. Yeah, I'm not into like all that multicolor hair that she has. She's got like 4 different color hairs and stuff. Yeah, it's weird. You know, Brigitte's a little more mellow. Brigitte's a brunette. What up, Kevin? People are probably like, what the actual F we're talking about? You know, I got my ladies. Happy birthday to all the Scorpios. My bro, his birthday is... I was going to say Valentine's. What's that other holiday with the pumpkins and everything? Halloween. That's the one. The gateway holiday to Christmas. You can't even tell in town. I think I passed like 1 or 2 houses that had something blow up, you know, witches and cauldrons and stuff. But other than that, I mean, I don't know why this town's laying so low. It's laying low on everything. It's kind of different. Looking forward to getting the hour back. So what would... Okay, spring forward, fall behind. So technically... How would that work? So technically what? It would be 5 o'clock right now, not 6? Yeah, alright. It would be 5:17 instead of 6:17. Alright. Alright. I wish they would just stop doing that. It's freaking pointless. That was just, you know, during the big energy crisis, you know, that we were supposed to save electricity. That was stupid. Just stop. Jim B. Yeah, I mean, we barely notice it anymore because, you know, our phones are automatically doing it. We're not, hopefully, not running around the house, you know, redoing. But there is one. I have my Christmas clock that chimes on the top of the hour with like a different Christmas tune and whatever. That one's a manual, so yeah, I do gotta mess with that one. Fall back to depressing times. Fall back for you. It sounds like a song in the making. Yeah, it's like screw the whole time change thing. Just freaking stop. Wow, we got good connection now. And I'm not even on that Wi-Fi, I don't think. Hold on, let me check. Nope. On the 5G. Ooh, I hope I didn't jinx it. Does anyone believe in jinxing? I don't think this is jinxing. Anyway, this coffee's good. I'll tell you stories. We got a couple of stories to go over. I'm going to tell you my adventure at the bank. I alluded to it last night. Well, I didn't allude to it. I did a live stream at brorfredrik.com last night at New York, and we walked around a little bit. And I mentioned it, but I got to talk about it again. No, it wasn't last night. It was Wednesday night. Those are fun, too. The lives, people don't know that I'm also doing like Vegas live streaming on brorfredrik.com, but I do that at least once a week because I can walk around places and give absolutely 0 F's about music, about anything, you know? I mean, I can stand in front of the Bellagio fountains, we can sit in a friggin' bar, we can watch a band, it just doesn't matter, you know? And, you know, I hate hiding from music all the time. But I don't have to when I do that, so that's cool. Knock on wood. There's no wood anywhere. There's no wood left, right? We gotta knock on a frickin' tree. What are them females doing over there? I think I'm gonna rip through this coffee and hit on another one like immediately. Alright, so let me recap my adventures for the week. Smith's had bacon at Smithfield's. Oh, it's Chinese, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, it's friggin' Chinese. What are you gonna do? So it's Chinese food. Smith had bacon for $3.99 a pound. I bought 20 pounds. So that'll last me approximately 2 weeks. Yeah, it'll last me about 2 weeks. Because I eat plus or minus a pound a day. What else? So I went to the bank. When was the last time anyone out there has literally had to walk into the bank and sit down. Not go to the teller, but sit down with a quote-unquote banker. A banker, my ass, you know? What makes you a banker? Would you go to the Wharton School of Business? You're a freaking banker? But I digress. When was the last time you went to a bank and sat down with a banker? I'm not even going to dignify it. I'm going to say with a person at the bank. I had to, when was it? I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday, right before I live streamed. I was like ready to freaking burst. I was seething. Holy cow. That was the worst experience. I mean, I've had a lot of bad experiences at banks. I was actually asked to leave a bank. There was a bank that I've been going to downtown, in downtown Chinatown. For years I was going to that bank. And I walked in there maybe about 2 years ago. I think it was about 2 years ago. And a woman walked up to me and says, I don't think you're at the right bank. I said, why is that? I was like, well, no, first I said, I need to speak to someone, blah, 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 blah. Reset a PIN code or some such bullshit. She's like, I don't think this bank could help you. I don't think you're at the right bank. I'm like, why? And she's like, you're better at the bank. Go down there to the bank, right? And I'm just like starting to get weirded out. I'm like, why? She wouldn't say why. She said to me finally, okay, it was around Chinese New Year's. There was red lanterns hanging all over the place. Everyone in there was Chinese. I don't have a problem with that. I grew up with Chinese, I mean, I got a Chinese name. I don't have a problem with that. So she's basically telling me that I'd be better served with my own kind. And I was just like, seriously? So then I said, and I'm like starting as much Cantonese as I can pull out. I know some. And I'm trying to talk to her. And she's just like, what the actual F, They actually asked me to leave. She's like, no one here can communicate with you the way you need to be communicated with. Because, we cater to, she's explaining it to me, and I'm like, I get it, but wrong approach, wrong approach. I get it. You're planted solidly right in Chinatown Mall. I get it, but you're still a nationwide bank. So you shouldn't, you should be able to serve all customers, So my privilege was not kicking in, there is no such thing. And I ultimately left. I went back like 2 more times. Gary. Hey Gary, what's going on? You're out to dinner. Awesome. I dig it. Knocking on wood for my house. Jody, how you doing? Anyway, back to bank stories. So I had to go into a bank. Yeah, freaking Quilo. That was like, Quilo Fu, the round-eyed tiger. That was one of my nicknames. Quilo Fu. They don't know. They don't know by looking at these eyes, how deep I am and was embedded in the culture. Anyway, I digress. So I go to the bank. I'm not gonna tell you which one. I have banks. I use several banks and several credit unions, and I recommend everyone doing the exact same thing. Do not put all your eggs in one banking basket. Do not have your mortgage and your savings and your IRA. Don't put more than one account at any given time in one location. Split them up all over the place. I'll tell you why if you want to get into that afterwards. However, I go in and I'm getting gatekeep, And this is a branch I opened said account in. I wanted to do something. I'm not gonna discuss it, but I wanted to do something with the $8 gazillion I deposited. I think it has like $5 in it. Anyway, so they rush up to me. I'm not going to the window. You know, I'm looking for a sign-in. I'm looking around. Like, there's 7 desks for all the bankers, and there's 1 person, and there's like 10 people waiting. I'm just like, what is this? So some chick comes walking up to me, and she's like, how can I help you? I said, I'd like to speak to someone. And she says, about what? I said, I'd rather not say. She says, you have to say because I have to let them know. I said, I'm standing in the middle of a bank in a vestibule with 10 other people. I don't have I just don't feel like discussing my banking needs in front of all these strangers. And she's just like, oh, don't worry about them. What are they, your family? Don't worry about them? Would you vet them? What are you talking about? Don't worry about them. And then she's like, don't worry about them. I said, you know what? How about this? You want me to like yell out my PIN code? And now she's like starting to, get the shakes, talk to the hand and whatnot. And I'm just like, whoa, really? I said, this is a bank. We're gonna discuss finances, my personal finances, my KYC, my name, my address, my freaking social security number, my bank number, all the rest of the shit, and you want me to do this in public in front of all these people. And she's just like, well, if you want to talk to someone, you're gonna have to. So I said, listen, now mind you, ever since I've always, banks are shady. Banks are they're like the shadiest things ever. If you understand banking, now that I'm like understanding Bitcoin, it makes banking, you feel like you're having an audience with the devil. I mean, you literally, once you understand how bankers work by studying how Bitcoin works and crypto works and why it works and how it works, you have a completely different view on banks. So I'm just like, it was like having an audience with the devil, and this was like one of their freaking devil spirits I had to deal with. And I'm just like, so I said to her, listen, you do understand that I am the customer. You do understand that you are holding my money, right? And you're gonna make me jump through hoops to discuss my money. So I'm just like, and you know what she turned around and said to me? She said, well, you came late in the day anyway, so I suggest you make an appointment for another day. And it was like 3:30. There's another hour and a half to go, but there's also 10 people standing around. And I'm just like fuming. I'm fuming, going, you MFers. The banking system's just straight up freaking evil. The minute you give your money to a bank, it's not yours anymore. You think it's yours. You're under the illusion that it's yours. No, it's theirs. That's why you need approval. You are turning over custody of your hard-earned money to a total freaking stranger who hates you. And if you overdraw by $1, they're going to charge you $35. They hate you. They can't stand you. They would rather you go and just give us your money. I mean, it's a racket. The minute you give your money to the bank, it's no longer yours. You think it's yours. It's just a hope and a dream that this piece of plastic in there actually gives you some right to the funds you put in there until it doesn't. It's and people say, oh, Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin needs verification. Money needs approval. Oh, we need approval to do that. You got to call in and this needs approval, that needs approval, this needs approval. It's my fucking money. What about that they don't get? But see, that's the thing. They know that it's not. And the average person walking around here thinks that when they give a bank money, the money still belongs to them. It does not. you've turned, listen to the word custody. You know what a custody battle is? You know, two people divorce, one gets a kid, they get custody of it. Yes, technically, the father, 99.9% of the time, can go visit the kid. It's still kind of his kid, but not really. It's not really his kid anymore. Custody has been granted to someone else. It works the same way in the bank. You give your money to a bank and you're giving them custody. Your money's gone. Your money's gone by that evening at 5 p.m. They loan it out. They loan out your money and then they give you like 0.002% interest on it while they get 24.6. Wow. And people are like, oh yeah, I trust my bank. I have every cent that I have spread out all over. I have credit unions, banks, everything. And I suggest everyone do the same. But my point of the whole story is the arrogance, the sheer freaking arrogance that she was like, don't worry about these people, just discuss your banking needs in front of them. I'm just like, screw you. I mean, if it was a dude, I'd say something else. Yeah, your money is way safer in Bitcoin. No crap. What up, Porkenstein? Kevin. Anyway, yeah, I mean, screw banks. I mean, ultimately, okay, so I drove down the block to, well, not down the block, drove a couple miles to another similar branch that I had a positive experience with, and they have an armed guard in there, which this one is in like a crafty neighborhood, and they don't have an armed guard. The other one's in a nice neighborhood, and they do have an armed guard. I guess to make people who are more affluent feel better, but they really need the armed guard in the sketchy one. But whatever, it is what it is. And then they were like, hey, do you want to get a credit card? I'm just like, nah, I got all the credit cards and this and that. But they're like, hey, you know, because I got to sell you something. Everyone's dual purposing their employees to, you know, get them to sell other shit. And they're like, they're trying to explain to me, well, if you spend $5,000 in 3 months, you'll get a deposit bonus of $200 into your savings account if you open up our credit card. What are you talking about? You know what the interest rate? Okay, $5,000, annual percentage rate of 25%. What does that come out to? 3%, 4%, 5% a month, whatever the actual F it is. So it's like they're gonna refund you less than basically one interest payment if you blow up your credit card. And that's supposed to be like, no way, sign me up. Banks are wicked places. Wicked. Kicking people while they're down. Oh, you overdrafted? You tried to pay your rent and you went over $5. You know what? For doing that, you asshole, we're going to charge you $35. I mean, imagine that, and they get away with this. They get away with this. What was TD Bank? TD Bank was basically arrested for money laundering. And they paid a $3 billion fine. They made $11 billion, so they paid a $3 billion fine. They got to keep the $8 billion. They're convicted money launderers, TD Bank. It used to be TD Ameritrade, but it's not anymore. They got convicted, but being that it's a corporation, you can't put a corporation in jail. All you do is fine them. So technically, the corporation, which is an entity, got arrested, got prosecuted, and they got found guilty of money laundering. But it's a corporation. So these other people, oh, we're just on salary up in here, you know? It's like, what? What? If this was CCP, you know, they would have dragged out all the executives. And that's how they do, you know? I mean, how's that? So they were found guilty and convicted of the largest money laundering scheme that they've detected. Nothing. They all have their jobs. They all went home like, whew. They all probably got bonuses, because the net result is they still made $8 billion. It's like, holy shit. If you and I did that, it'd be federal pen time, you know? No rope on the soap for you. You're just done. So, it's a scam. Try not to put your money in the bank. Because it ain't yours anymore. Oh, and on that note, let's see. Oh my God, Marty. Bro, I've been following what's going on up there. You people are wrecked. And if 45 becomes 47, a lot of the people that are down here are going to cross your border and head further north. So that's going to be bad, bro. I've been watching that stuff. Toronto, TD. Oh, TD's is Canadian? Do I like NRA, the Nationals? I do. I mean, there's nothing like, I've never been to the big ones, but I've been to drag races, like in Bradenton, and when they used to have them out in New York. Not the big ones, but, like mid-tier. That's just sick. Rails and modded out vehicles, funny cars, just all that horsepower just ripping through your body. Yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. Oh, man, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, just don't. You don't know when something, like, if everyone knocked on, what is a bank run? That's when everyone knocks on the door and says, we'd like to pull our money out. They don't have it. People don't get that. They're only responsible to keep 10% of their total deposit. So if you give them $1,000, they're only responsible to have $100, 10% of it on hand. The rest they could lend out. That's how they make money. They're not there to keep your money safe. They're there to take your money and lend it out for homes, for businesses, for credit cards. They give it away. They give your money away to your next door neighbor, charge him 25% interest on his credit card, and you get stuck holding the bag. And they give you like what? A friend of mine, I mentioned this the other day, a friend of mine deposited $50,000 in a standard checking account. I had to have a talk with homeboy. You know what his interest was? For 1 month, 38 cents. 38 cents on $50,000. He told that story to me like it was a joke. I mean, he's got money, obviously, but he told that to me like I thought it would be funny. And I'm just like, what are you on? I was going to use the R word. RETARDED. Are you nuts? I mean, even on a simple 4% high interest, high yield savings account be paying you 4%, that's like $165 a month. Better than a stick in the eye. That's even, that's dumb too, because, holding on to dollars is like trying to hold on, having an ice cube in the palm of your hand, hoping that it freaking holds up. Same thing with the dollar. It's like a melting ice cube. And I'm just like, dude, put 38 cents on $50,000. And you know what? They only have $5,000 of that. They lent out the $45,000. It is gone. And banks are completely underwater right now. They have so much unrealized debt. If you knew how much of your money that's supposedly in a bank is gone and never, ever, ever being paid back, you'd be shocked. You'd literally be shocked. Your money is gone. These banks are, how you doing? These banks are bankrupt. They have unrealized losses in the billions and billions and billions. They lost your money on bad debt. People are not paying their home loans. People are not paying their credit cards. Your money is gone. Oh, but it's FDIC insured. Yeah, and all the people who just suffered those 2 hurricanes think they're covered too. You really think they're gonna step in and be like, oh, here's your retirement back. Here's your $246,000 and 3 cents back. Here you go. You want that in cash? You honestly think that if there was a huge bank collapse, like say Citibank or something, just completely, and I'm picking on them, completely just, they're too big to fail. See, FDIC insurance, tell that to the people at the bank in California that blew up. People are just like, you spend 40 hours. All right, now I'm getting caffeinated, and I'm going to have another one soon. You spend 40 hours a week busting your ass on average. Me 60, hopefully you 60, hopefully you 20. You spend all that time, let's split it in the middle. 50 hours a week busting your ass for dollar bills that are melting. And you spend about 10 minutes thinking about it. Thinking about how to manage it. Does that make sense on any freaking level? You work 40 hours to earn this ice cube of money that's melting in your hand as you speak. And then you spend like 10 minutes thinking about it. Just put it in a savings account. Hey, I'll get the $38, 38 cents interest. Even if it was $38, what are you smoking? On 50 grand, you put 50 grand into something that's going to appreciate 15, 20, 30% a year. Even a high-yield savings account is not keeping ahead of inflation. But no, there's something on TV, the game's on, Bachelorette's on, whatever. You spend all that time working, thinking, and what am I going to do about this? I got to get there on time, all the shit. And then to manage the actual money you make, it's just like, it'll figure itself out in the end. Oh my God, people. I don't want to be a dick or anything, but just stop. Just stop. Speaking of money, check fan funding. Nope, we good. All right, Marty. I mean, it doesn't matter what I say. Some people are still just gonna treat it like, I got time. Money is the U.S. dollar is not gonna be around in 5 to 10 years. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What the actual F are you gonna do? I'll sell my house and do what? Live on the street? What are you gonna do? How are you preparing? We're screwed. You're screwed, blued, and tattooed. Don't even know it yet. Yeah, and then, Kenny, you're right. And then add insult to injury. You had a devastating earthquake. I think we'll have to raise your insurance rates now. But you're in good hands with Allstate. If you don't recognize that, maybe that's why people, just say F it and put on the sports and put on the Bachelor and put on the stories and all the rest of that. Because they just don't want to think about this shit. They don't want to, they're burying their heads in the sand hoping something fixes it. And if you think 45 turning into 47 is going to fix it, you're freaking dreaming. Because it's only one dude for a few years. To unravel everything that's wrong with this country is... What, did they let him do it last time? No, he was under assault. That's if they don't, in the while he's in office. He's not Jesus. He's not the savior. He'll make some good impact. Just in terms of, he's gonna follow suit with what Pennsylvania did. Pennsylvania passed a frickin' state law that says you can hold your own Bitcoin. Ain't shit the government can do about it. That's huge. You know how huge that is? Turned everyone into a sovereign financial powerhouse, the entire state, and they basically made Bitcoin legal tender in the state of Pennsylvania. You could pay this and you could pay bills, you can do whatever, you can pay your taxes, you could do all that shit. Same thing in Louisiana. Louisiana, you could pay all your taxes, your home, not your mortgage, your state taxes, all that shit. With Bitcoin, it's stupid for businesses not to take Bitcoin, because if you give me $10 in Bitcoin today, you cash out me $10 in Bitcoin as a tip. In 10 years, that's going to be like $8,000, $9,000, $1,500. So why would I not want to be like, thank you? because it's the gift that keeps on giving. States are recognizing that. 45 came out today and he says, I'm going to do that. And he looked at what Pennsylvania did. What? Let these people self-custody? Which you can self-custody now, but they're going to try to fight it. What did Obama come out and say? He said, letting people self-custody is like letting 50 million Swiss bank accounts walk around this country. You can't have that. F you, bro. That's the whole purpose of it. Anyway, he said he's going to do that nationwide. That's amazing. That is amazing. How about taking the money, going over? Yeah, no kidding. How about from a biblical standpoint, it says, you can't take the splinter out of someone else's finger when you got a frickin' telephone pole sticking out of your own eyeball, to paraphrase. Yeah, the U.S. dollar is bunk. Yeah, I know. People listen, but they don't. At the same time, they never will. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bitcoin will end up being a way for the government. How do you figure that? How do they not track you now? How can they? But they can't do shit about it. They could track till they're blue in the frickin' face. They can't do anything about it. Pay your tax on it and shit, if you do cash out, but you kind of be dumb to cash out your Bitcoin at this point, I'm not touching mine, I'm just letting it freaking grow. So, but if I cashed out because I had a payment or something, some emergency or whatever, I pay my tax, I declare it, that's not what it's about. But track it? You know how much work it'd be to track it? Yeah, they can get forensic auditors to investigate the blockchain. You know how difficult that would be to just go after one person who's holding, a couple grand in Bitcoin? It's nearly impossible. They could, but they can't at the same time. The only way they could F with your crypto, with your Bitcoin, is if you keep it on a damn exchange. And if you keep it on a damn exchange, you're a fool. You're just a straight up fool. I hate to be a dick, but I'm going to be a dick about that. If you keep it on an exchange, you're just begging for problems. Look what Coinbase did. Anytime there's a pump or a fall, which you can profit either way, because I'm trading it, I made money on today's fall. I was like, oh, FCC is screwing with Tether again? 5 minutes later, I placed a freaking short. And I'm still riding it down. That doesn't scare me. I'll make money up or down. However, I still hodl it. But I only keep enough in there that I'm not worried about losing. Because any one of these exchanges can get shut down at any freaking time. Or pull an FTX and freaking disappear with your money. That's why people think it's a scam, because they leave it the same way like a bank. I'm gonna let you hold my Bitcoin. Duh. Yeah, I'm gonna, might as well give it to your neighbor. Might as well give it, put it in your neighbor's name and say, hey, I'm going out of town, hold my Bitcoin, bro. It's the same bullshit. Why would you do that? I'm gonna leave it with an exchange. Bro, buy it. It's so easy. You could buy it $10 at a time. You could buy it $10 a day, $25 a week, $1 a day. It doesn't matter. Just frickin' buy it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I do. Skip one beer. Have one less beer this weekend and buy some Bitcoin. But learn about self-custody. Keep it yourself. Oops, lost my Bitcoin in a boating accident. Shit happens, bro. I get the reference. Although Michael Saylor's being a total D-bag lately. He's saying, oh, you trust, people, I have exposure to Bitcoin through MSTR. You ain't got shit. Oh, it's going to go up, You don't have Bitcoin, you have exposure to Bitcoin. That's like, watching some other dude bang your wife. What are you're gonna cuck Bitcoin? What the? No. Steven, with the 20 banana rounds, getting caught up after some time away. Little fan, thank you very much. That will help straight towards parking activities. Yeah, I appreciate that. But see, I can't get into like too depth and detail because, I know for a fact, and it was verified today, that there are banks out there that are blocking transactions if you try to purchase Bitcoin with your stupid melting ice cube fiat money. Like if you try to make a transfer to your bank and buy Bitcoin, they'll decline it. Oh, suspicious activity. Yeah, they want you in the system so they can frickin' hose you. Yeah, credit unions are better. They are better, but still, spread it out, spread it out, spread it out all over. I told the story Wednesday night. I've had, over the course of my business career and my personal career, there's been 2 occasions where all of my bank accounts were closed at specific banking institutes. Not for anything I did. In one case, and they say, oh, by law, we can't tell you why. In one case, it was because they flat out said, we're not making any money off you. You're not utilizing our services. You're on paper, so we can't even charge you the monthly fee. You put in just enough deposit to avoid the monthly charges. You're just like kind of using us. So we're canceling all your shit. You have until, this date, to either come close your accounts or we're going to close them for you. I was like, see, that's what they think. That's what they think. You're just, you're shit to them, Yeah, we're not making it. You're making money. I'm putting it there so I don't have to put it under my mattress. You're doing me a favor? That, boom, closed. Now, what if that was everything? What if I didn't have, accounts all over the place? What if my mortgage was due? What if it took 3 weeks, it took 15 business days for them to send me cashier's checks for all that. Not that, but it was a, it wasn't huge, but it was 5 figures worth of fiat. It took 5 weeks, and then going into another bank and being like, oh, I want to buy the money, the whole shit, and the bank account, the switching of the all the frickin', so almost a month. Screwed, blued, and tattooed, and cash-wise effed. And they can do that at any moment. It happened twice. Could you hook me up with another, bro? Half and half?
Half and half. Steamed?
Yeah.
And then a bunch of sugar.
Yeah, Truvia jam.
Truvia.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
You want regular or decaf?
Half. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, screwed, blued, and friggin' tattooed. This isn't what I planned on talking about today, but I think I'm trying to do you a favor. I hope I'm doing you a favor. Marty with the 20 ripe Canadian bananas. Thank you very much. Love your channel. Spread the knowledge. I'm trying. I'm hoping people take me, take it to heart at the bare minimum. I've seen it. Like I said, another place shut me down too. And they were like, we're not telling you. And they gave me like 48 hours. They didn't say, come get your shit. They were like, in 48 hours, we're closing down your accounts. That one took 2 weeks to get the cashier's checks. And that was about 6 years ago. The other one was about 1.5 to 2 years ago. So what if I had all my eggs in that basket? And one of them was the first time that happened was actually a credit card that had a balance on it. I'm just like, whoa, so you're gonna shut down that card as well? And we'll keep it open like for 90 days to allow you to transfer the balance to another institution. And that's how I found out the whole thing about, swapping over to like one of those 18-month 0% interest deals, and you make the same payment, and you eliminate the whole freaking card. That's how you improve your credit anyway. Yeah, if they're gonna do that for me, I'm gonna leverage that shit like a freak. So yeah, never just, you can't. And don't, cash is bullshit. Don't have, I mean, have enough like for a couple months, 2 months, 3 months at the most. But put that shit in something that's making money. Stop. It's like having an ice cube. I'll make the analogy again. It's like you have an ice cube, fiat. You find some fiat. Hey, you got some fiat I could borrow? Oh, I found some fiat. Here's some fiat. This is fake. This is the biggest scam going because they keep printing more of it. This is called fiat currency. All right, what is it? I don't even know who that guy is. Whatever. In God we trust. No, they don't. That's the first thing about it you should know. That's a lie. And like some of it has pyramids with all-seeing eyes on it. Okay. Anyway, so this is fiat currency. It's the equivalent of an ice cube. You put an ice cube in the palm of your hand, your palm's nice and warm, you put the ice cube there, and it just proceeds to melt. And you're okay with that with your money. This is melting right now. Right now, okay, you think this is worth $10? In about 5 minutes, it's worth $9.99.8. And tomorrow, it's a little less, day after a little less, day after that a little. You hold on to it for like 10 years, it's worth like $4 if you're lucky. It's a melting ice cube. The only way you can preserve it is how do you handle a melting ice cube? How do you handle a melting ice cube? You put it in the freezer, right? Duh. So how do you handle melting fiat currency? You put it somewhere that's going to halt the growth, halt the depreciation. I mean, we're talking 5% interest, you know, so you got to be putting it in something that's making at least 8 because you still got to pay tax on it. So you got to put your money somewhere where you're getting the bare minimum of 8% just to keep it from melting. And it still ain't worth shit. I mean, Bitcoin is, you know, going up on average 40%, 45% a year, and it probably will for the next 10 or 15 years. But then eventually it'll slow down to probably like 20%, so you're not going to ride it out in the meantime. I want to get 40% on my money. Anyway. Sammy, that's I talk about that a lot on, I'm basically giving you a preview of shit that we talk about over on brorfredrik.com. Because trust me, this video is not going to be popular if they even let it go on, because people don't want to hear it. People don't, when I start talking like this, people just like, it repulses some people, you know, because they don't want to know the truth. They don't want to hear that they're fucked. You know, they don't want to hear how bad they're actually fucked. You know, they just want to stick their head in the sand, drink a few beers, and smile. You know, that's why my channel is still, you know, it's been at 25,000, 24,000 for 2 years because, you know, I'm not the guy who makes you smile and laugh all the time. This shit, wow, wow, I must rate. I appreciate that. That's cool. The manager came and brought it. All right, so, where were we? Ooh, fancy schmancy. But yeah, I mean, I'm fun. Yeah, I don't waste coffee.
Me neither. I'll take this though. Okay?
Okay, great. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? People are just like, they don't want to hear it. They just want to like forget their troubles and it'll all work out in the end. Your 401k ain't gonna freaking do shit for you. Your 401k isn't gonna do crap for you. The only reason you get a 401k is if you're getting a match, because they're giving you free money. But that's not gonna be enough to retire on. Social Security, it's almost bankrupt now. That ain't gonna save your ass. And if 45 doesn't become 47, you still gotta pay tax on it. So with Social Security, that'll be your electric bill in 10, 20, 15, 30 years, whenever you're retiring. That'll cover your electric bill. Then what are you gonna do? Oh, but I got my 401k. Oh, that you could pull out on their schedule. And that'll pay what? What's that gonna pay? A little bit of something. Whatever. People don't want to hear it. People just don't want to hear it, and I get it. I understand I could be a buzzkill, but I do it with good intention and a clean conscience and a good heart, you know? And I don't stand anything to gain from it, because quite frankly, other than, $13 a month for a subscription to my channel so we could talk more in depth about this shit, which is nothing. In the grand scheme of things, it's better if people don't buy Bitcoin and stuff, because it's in limited supply. People are freaking out today. Oh my God, Bitcoin went from 67 to 65. Oh, I'm gonna sell. You know what I say? Keep going down. Go to 45. That's like a major resistance. Go down to 45. I don't give a shit. Go down to 46, 45, so I can buy more. Like everyone's like, oh, go to the moon today. I'm not prepared financially yet to put that kind of money in Bitcoin. I want it to frickin' drop. I mean, I'm trading it down with 3x leverage, but I want it to go lower. That way I could buy more at a better price. Same thing that BlackRock is doing to all you jackasses who are afraid and selling it. They're just like, oh, let's cause an artificial BS so everyone sells it so we can buy some more. Fox in the hen house. No, I do it or don't. Why won't there be any more Bitcoin? It's a cap supply. There's only 21 million. They mine each year. Well, we could discuss all that. Each 4 years is a halving. So the last Bitcoin is going to be mined in 150 years from now or some such nonsense. But it's an algorithm that ensures that it's inflation proof and will only go up in value. Each 4 years, it becomes double the difficulty to produce and to mine. So they just become more valuable as time goes on. And there's only 21 million, and 1 million is already off the table. Satoshi has those. Whatever BlackRock is buying is never going to see the light of day. They are never going to sell that ever, because they want to own the world. Then there's probably another 5, 6, 7 million Bitcoin that are lost. Just straight up lost and unrecoverable. They'll never be moved. Like people who bought Bitcoin when it was $2 and they bought 500 Bitcoin and, they threw out the computer that they had, their shit on or whatever in 2013. There's so many stories like that. People the people who find their shit after all this time, oh, I bought Bitcoin when it was $42. I bought 50 of them when it was $42, and suddenly they move it to a new wallet because they remembered their password to their Commodore 64, whatever, some shit. They call them ancient whales. They're the ancient whales. And they come to life, and they have 100 Bitcoin worth $6 million that they paid $40 for. But there's so much Bitcoin that is lost. That's the thing. People don't like responsibility. That's why people fear self-custody. Oh, no, you take care of it. When you self-custody your own shit, if you lose your passwords to your, to your self-custody, to your wallet that accesses the blockchain, that money's gone. If you lose your password, you're done. It doesn't matter whether you have $50 in there, or 50 million bucks in there. If you lose your password, or if you write it down on a piece of paper and your house burns down, you're done. You're done. There's no helpline. There's no like 1-800, holy shit, I lost my password. You can't reset your password. You're done. That's the beauty of the blockchain technology. You're just straight up done. And there's so many people that are just done. And imagine that feeling. Imagine how gut sickening that is, that you have like 1,000 Bitcoin, $60 billion worth, and you lost your password, or you threw out that computer because someone told you it's never going to go more than $2. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, oh, the coffee's good. I'm like amped. And I'm working on my second one right now. There we go. What time is it? Oh, we got time. We got time. Imagine that. Imagine like your life. I don't know. How would you face the morning every day? Just like, you know what? If I didn't write down that password on the back of that cocktail napkin that went in the washer, I'd have $60 billion. How do you frickin' go through your day knowing that? But there's so much Bitcoin that's not even relevant anymore. And there's only so much. This is like the last Bitcoin is going to take the entire computing power of the planet, like 100 years from now, to produce one. Now we're producing, I think 3 every 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes worth of compute at this technology to produce 3. I think it's 3. Whatever. Or 6 or 3. And then next year, and then in 4 years, in 2028, it'll be half of that. It'll take 10 minutes to create 1.5. And then 4 years from that, it'll take 10 minutes to produce 0.75 of a Bitcoin. And 4 years from that, it'll take 10 minutes to produce 0.375 of a Bitcoin. So if you have 0.375 of a Bitcoin right now, you are freaking wealthy. You are set. Sans some global catastrophe, a freaking asteroid knocking us out of freaking orbit, you are set. Like, you think that $3,000 or $5,000 invested right now in Bitcoin is shit, and why even bother? That's what they want you to think. I mean, I should want you to think that too, but, you know, I kind of love you guys. No, you're pre-rich. You are pre-rich. You are not even rich. You are stupidly, enormously wealthy. It just hasn't come into fruition. Maybe your children, it'll come into fruition for them. But in 20 years, when it takes what you have now, all the computing power of the entire world to make what you have now, how much is that shit gonna be worth? How much is a Bitcoin gonna be worth when they can only crank out like 2 a day? Billions. You are in the elite if you're in the game now. And hopefully people, like, I want people to be like, it's a scam. Cool. Yeah, just put your money on the street. Well, that's what they're doing. What up, Jim? Yeah, I mean, but even see, Barsh, I mean, 5% is good, but see, now the thing is, I mean, they try to sell me a CD too. The thing is, you've halted the melting of the ice cube, assuming that inflation is not going to be above 5%. But when we get a rate cut, which is coming within the next couple of weeks, and then another rate cut, which is coming in another couple of weeks, then they can't pay you 5%. I mean, maybe for the first cycle of 3 months, but after that, you're never going to beat inflation. So the bare minimum at 5%, because inflation is at 4 point whatever, you're putting your money in suspended animation. But it's not growing. Dollar bills, yo. This fiat currency is your army, and you gotta send them to war. They're the best employees. They never show up late. They never complain. They don't take coffee breaks. Put them bitches to work, you know? At 5%, you're barely keeping up with inflation. And then you gotta pay tax on the interest. So it's back under. So you're still not beating inflation. So be careful. I mean, and then you can't touch the money. You know, if you needed it, you can't really touch it. I mean, they don't take your principal, but you lose all the interest. So you got to be very, very careful. But I commend. I'm not busting on you. I commend you for putting it to work, for understanding that cash is a depreciating asset. It's depreciating as fast as most cars. You buy a car for $50,000, you hold on to it for a couple years, you're losing 10 grand. Same thing with money. When is XRP going back up? Solana. Now we're talking, Mr. Gumball. Solana is fire. I mean, I hate to say that. That's such a cringy thing to say, but Solana's they're making some moves. Solana, look into Sui too. XRP, I don't like anything, when you say crypto, my brain automatically says Bitcoin. Bitcoin and crypto is a Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is technically, it's crypto, but it's not. If it has officers and CEOs and all this other shit, that's what I say to any crypto that is run by someone. Because that's just a rug pull waiting to happen. You know, when you're on Bitcoin, you're on the blockchain. There's no authority. There's no central authority governing what happens. There's a committee that, whatever, but they're not like touching shit and effing with stuff. Like they could fork something off, but they can't touch it. It's designed to be like all the quantum compute in the world cannot hack Bitcoin. Not now, not 100 years from now. However, when you got a bunch of freaking guys who run a crypto like XRP, and they're donating to political candidates 10 million in their cryptocurrency, that's something to be concerned about. I thought they were going to go up. I thought their blockchain is very sophisticated. They could literally replace SWIFT. SWIFT is the backbone that makes every credit card payment on the planet work since the 70s. And it is expensive to use. SWIFT can be replaced by XRP overnight. Like you wouldn't even know it, and all the fees would drop and all the banks would go out of business from the lack of the SWIFT network. That protocol just sucks, it's inefficient, well, whatever. XRP could replace SWIFT tomorrow. However, it's run by a governing body. They pay themselves $100 million a year to administrate it. So who the F are they? Do I want them gatekeeping a blockchain or whatever? I don't. And they're contributing to, and it wasn't just because they're contributing to, what's her name? The Cackle Queen. If they contributed to 45, I'd have the same problem with it. Because if you want to be a digital form of value, because that's all crypto is, and that's all money is a store of value. If you want to be a store of value, you shouldn't be placing bets on frickin' candidates. That irks the hell out of me. I don't care what side, they were doing it. They pay themselves, they have a governing body, and they're betting on politics. So they placed a heavy bet on Cackle Queen, $10 million, in order to hopefully they were just under investigation by the same administration. They got let off the hook. You think that had something to do with that $10 million donation in XRP tokens? Does that not reek of frickin' absolute corruption? And suddenly, oh, well, maybe we'll replace Swift. I mean, that sounds like buying favor. No, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I mean, if I missed a boat and they moonshot, you know, what are they at, like 55 cents now? They moonshot to $1 million, I missed the boat, so be it. But I don't want to get rug pulled, you know, by some political activisms. And they pay themselves an exorbitant. Where are they getting that money from? Well, they're getting it from mining fees and, you know, gas fees. But I don't trust them whatsoever. Solana, I kind of like. Sui, I got my eye on. Doge, I put money in Doge all the time, even though it's a stupid-ass meme coin. How could you not at 14 cents? My first purchase was at 9. I can convert that to freaking Tether and back into Bitcoin like at any moment. Not that I was a huge position, but I put like $200 worth or some shit. But yeah. Your 2021 mistake? Wait, let me. I gotta scroll back, see what the mistake was. When is XR? Oh, 2021. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's not gonna go up. I just don't have a horse in the race, so I can just look at them and be like, you shady as fuck. XRP. No, they shady, so I ain't down. With them. However, like I said, if I missed the boat, but if you're holding XRP right now, again, it's not financial advice. I'm not a consultant. I'm just a guy who studies a lot and I do a lot of shit. But you know, you can sit there and just watch me drink coffee. I don't care. If I had a position there, I'd hold it. You know, I would hold it. I mean, unless it's huge, unless it's like big, you know, like if you're in like 5-figure territory, if you're in like 4-figure territory, I mean, if you're in 3-figure territory, you're fuck it, you know. But if you're in like 5-figure territory, you know, I might pull some off the table, not to get frickin' wrecked, but but at this point, what do you got to lose? Unless it's like a big number. It could recover. I mean, you just don't know. People like, oh, it's October, oh, it's up November, or whatever the hell they call it. They're expecting this massive thing. Like, I was calling for 100,000 by Halloween, but we've been throwing, like I said, some weird shit. I'm talking about Bitcoin. The weird shit was BlackRock. You know, we didn't really see that coming. Well, we did, but we didn't. We saw them buying for customers. When I say we, other freaking, you know, hodl nerds. We saw them buying for their customers, but it turns out they're buying for themselves. We did not anticipate, you know, Michael Saylor going turncoat. Oh, people shouldn't self-custody. You should let me have your Bitcoin. F you, Michael Saylor. Still a valuable asset, but F you. What else? We didn't see options. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see a lot of stuff coming. But still, it'll still go to, depending on either way. No matter who wins the election, it's going to go up. Because at least there's certainty, you know, involved. But if 45 wins, it's going to frickin' skyrocket. Because he is bullish on the crypto activities. She says, Cackle Queen says she's bullish, but they despise it. Oh, what? You think she likes sovereignty? Financial sovereignty amongst her subjects? That goes against her core commie beliefs. And she don't want you being the master of your own future. Generational wealth. I mean, if you got 1/10 of a Bitcoin now, generations to come will be saying prayers for you and to you for Thanksgiving at Thanksgiving dinners for the next 1,000 years. With a lousy frickin' 6K in Bitcoin today. they'll be paying homage to you. There'll be a big picture. This is the founder of the feast, like on frickin' A Christmas Carol. Oh, this is the founder of the feast. Who's that? That's my great grandpappy. What's up with that? He bought 1/10 of a Bitcoin in 2025. Holy shit. You guys are that wealthy? Seriously? Yeah, but we keep it on the D-low. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'd say mark my words, but I ain't gonna be around by then. Generations to come are gonna be just like, they'll be singing songs about your ass. Around campfires, you know, around frickin' palaces and mansions and shit. And most of you think I'm joking. But, do you study 3 or 4 hours a day? Like I have been? No. You're watching football and frickin' bullshit. I haven't gotten one commercial, which is awesome. I haven't got one commercial. Anyone else? No, that's probably because I'm already demonetized. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, Doge is a trip. Everyone's quiet. Why is everyone so quiet tonight? Ask me questions. I'll talk about something else. I just feel like talking about this. Keto patty for life. I started on the keto, but I went so low on the carbs that like I just. All right, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you, Patty. I found the atmosphere a little too cultish, and I found it a little too have your cake and eat it too. Oh, this is keto friendly. That's keto friendly. I mean, it was so confusing. Like keeping up with the, like there's people out there going, oh, don't worry, you can put a pound of sugar in it, but just eat it over a month and it's keto. And I'm just like, no, it's not. You know, like influencers are just like ragging the keto thing. If it's true keto, yeah, I'm down with that. But I'm like well under 50 grams of carbs a day, and I feel good. I mean, I've lost a ton of weight that I didn't want to, but yeah, I feel great. I don't need that shit. I ate a pound of bacon a day. I had some carbs last night. I ate a bunch of zucchini that I fried, and I just got a commercial. Say I freaking jinxed it. That I fried in like a 1/4 inch of bacon fat, and then I took the bacon fat and I put it on a big plate. I piled them 3 deep, all them fried zucchinis. Then I took the skillet and I poured the bacon grease all over them zucchinis. That's what I had for dinner last night. That was good. And for breakfast today, I mean for lunch, I don't eat breakfast. Breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. That's bullshit. What'd I have? Oh, I got these rolls of 75/25 ground beef at Smith's. They were like $13.99, you know, if you bought 3 or whatever. So I cut it up in 4s. So that's what, 5 pounds for 1.25 pounds. So I'm just like, I had so much shit to do today. I was so busy that I'm like, I don't feel like making meatballs. I don't feel like making patties. I don't feel like chopping it up into little pieces. What the hell am I going to do? So I took it out of the, you know, because I already sliced it. It was defrosted. I put it in the pan. I took my big ass spatula like this and I flattened it in my Skittle thing. I flattened it to cover the entire bottom to about a depth of that much. So I'm like, all right. And then I seasoned that side, and it's hissing and sizzling and doing all its cool stuff. All right. And then I was like, I flipped it. Cool. Nice and crispy and delicious. It's smelling good. I'm starting to I don't even get hungry until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon sometimes. Then I was like, cheese. So I went and I got like a pound or more of shredded cheese, like they call it Fiesta blend, and I put it on half of it, and I folded that thing over, and then I poured some bacon grease over it, and then I put the lid on the skillet, and it all melted and stuff. Oh. I mean, I didn't eat the whole thing. I ate like half, and I'll eat the other half tonight. That was good. That was good. Let's see. What are we talking about here? You agree with me, Patty? You know what I'm saying. They get a little weird and like, oh, if you minus the fiber from the hypotenuse of the frickin' sugar, it's like, no, how about you just don't? Bror's right, one share of the... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, imagine buying like Apple when it was like $8 or something. I mean, even that does not compare because they can always, you know, like that's why I have a problem with people say that, oh, they have exposure to Bitcoin by proxy. That's like watching someone bang your wife. You know, you're a frickin', you're a crypto cuck. You know, what? Like I was saying the other day, oh, I'm going to buy MSTR because that gives me exposure to crypto. No, it gives you exposure to the SEC. Because you know, if he gets too big for his britches, which he is already, they'll shut him down, they'll investigate him, they'll do all that, and you'll watch that stock go from 300 back down to frickin' $2 where it belongs. You know, and then where's your exposure? You were paper rich, you know, and you feeling all good because you had exposure to it, but you were cucking, you know, Bitcoin the whole time. And then when they come knocking at his door, you are screwed, blued, and tattooed. And do you trust BlackRock? You're crazy. Yeah, bacon grease. I mean, it is... The funny thing is when you're off sugar, everything tastes sweet. Like, when I let the bacon grease congeal in the bottom of the skillet, I literally have a spoon on a... Not a spoon, a fork on a spoon holder thing. And when I walk by, you know, because my office is on one side, I mean, my place is like kind of long and whatever, so the kitchen's central. So I constantly walk by. So as I walk by, I take the fork and I go like this. And I eat the, you know, the congealed, slightly warm bacon fat. It's freaking delicious. And it tastes sweet. It's like candy. And yeah, my heart is working great. Yeah, the hamburger cookie was awesome. Yeah, I just talked about that crypto. That is some BS, bro. Chris Larson donating $12 million to the Cackle Queen. That is bad. That's why I would love to support XRP because I think they can replace the Swift network. So to be on board with them, watch them shoot to $25, you know, like in a year or so. A lot of money to be made, but the fact that they're placing political bets, coincidentally, they gave her $12 million just after they got out of their court case by the SEC. That just reeks of corruption. It reeks. I don't like that they have a governing body. I don't like her and him, and that they pay themselves exorbitant amounts of money. No. And I said before, and I'll say it again because you're asking again, if they have given it to 45, I'd have an equal cringe factor. If they want to be a decentralized platform, how you doing? If they want to be a decentralized platform and replace Swift, but they're betting on politics, that goes contrary to everything that financial sovereignty should stand for. So F them. And the horse they rode in on. If I missed the boat, I missed the boat. You know, I'm not missing the boat with Solana. I've been trading them too. And Sui, if you want to play around with them a little bit, why not? J Hard says, I suggest a heart scan. Why? What? Because you believe what? The FDA? You believe that saturated fat is bad? You know? You believe what? You believe all the stuff that they've been telling you, all the lies and shit about fat and grease and... I mean, when was the last time you had your testosterone checked? Mine's in the 900s. Naturally. You don't get that eating frickin' crap. You get that by eating fat. And I do check my heart. My resting pulse, 73. And I'm drinking frickin' espresso. So good luck trying to sell me on that nonsense. Check your heart, bro. Check your testosterone, too. I love when people like shill for the man. Why? Because you learned that in school. Because a doctor said that. The doctor also told you to put a frickin' diaper over your face and stick some frickin' crap in your arms. I bet you did that too. I didn't. I didn't. Try cold immersion in the morning. Yeah. Cholesterol is great for you. Cholesterol is so good for you, and they've demonized it. But why? So they could sell you some drugs. Do you not get this yet? Do you not get this? If the government says it's bad, that generally means it's good. If the government says it's good, that generally means it's bad. I mean, you haven't figured that out yet? Is your head that far up your ass that you could still believe all these myths? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Duh. Really? Like, says who? You know what? Kellogg's paid a marketing firm to come up with that expression. And you're stuck sticking Lucky Charms down your kids' throats, giving them freaking childhood diabetes because a marketing firm told you it was the best meal of the day. And you believe it like it came from God. It was written on a tablet, you know? It's one of the commandments. Skip fucking breakfast. Just stop. You don't need breakfast. You need fasting to clean your system out. Oh my God. There is no correlation whatsoever between saturated fat and heart disease. There is no correlation whatsoever between cholesterol and heart disease. In fact, people die of low cholesterol, not high cholesterol. Oh, I got so much work to do. But I have so much work to do. And none of you will listen. The quality of your food equals the quality of your life. My cow has no ingredients. You know what it is? You know what the ingredients is? Cow. And I eat it. And what's the next ingredient? Pig. I'll eat it. How many ingredients are in your shit? How many ingredients are in your Lucky Charms? In your store-bought frozen fish that's been treated with carbon monoxide? How many ingredients? McDonald's salt has 3 ingredients in it. And people are like, oh, Bror, you shouldn't eat so much bacon. And they say that typing from McDonald's. But I still love you guys. I'm still gonna bust your balls and rattle your cages. I'm not gonna stop. You know, I'm not gonna stop. Cholesterol is so good for you. Yeah, I mean, it's just about, you know, if we really understood, if you understood what's really going on. Yeah, Venus, I know you listen. You went to Walmart and just got water. You're better off. I mean, you know what I did today? I've been trying to reintroduce. Now, I used to just take every friggin' form of vitamin. For my age, normally someone my age, that testosterone should be around 400 to 500. Mine's double that. You know, that's why I'm kind of me. You know, I like walking around like that, waking up with a tent every morning. You know, I still feel excellent, and I'm not that old, but ain't no spring chicken either. I feel great. I'm not saying I feel perfect all the time, but now that my diet is clean, prior to, I used to just. If there was a vitamin, I'd listen to a video. What vitamin B9782? Let me get some. You know, and I'd go out and I'd eat a bucket of them. Now that I eat so clean, I have like 5 ingredients in my whole life. You know, I eat so clean that now I could judge what my body is asking for prior to. Granted, I'm not happy with the weight loss. I mean, a lot of people get on carnivore and keto to lose weight. It's been a problem my entire life to keep weight on. It's been a problem. I'm svelte, but I still got muscle mass and whatever, but it's not what it used to be. But I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. However, now I can judge what my body needs. My body says, F you, vitamin D. I suggest everyone stop listening to all the bullshit, especially that Dr. Berg asshole telling everyone, oh, you got to take pounds of vitamin D. No. You want to take a lot of vitamin D, head to your cardiologist and make an appointment in advance, because that's what's you're going to have problems. Just go out in the sun. How about that? And don't use that poison frickin' sunscreen shit. It's poison. It's good for you. If they say it's good for you, it's not. But I introduced magnesium back into my, because, you you get magnesium through beef, but I took my magnesium supplement today. Holy shit, my energy level is through the frickin' roof. I was feeling a little, like I got a couple of cramps in my hands over the past 2 or 3 weeks that I wrote off as dehydration, but they weren't. So, now it's forcing me to think, instead of just blindly eating frickin' vitamins for the hell of it and supplements. I thought about it. I was like, it's either potassium or magnesium. Let me try a magnesium today. And no cramps. Dexterity is friggin' on point. And my energy level is tweaked. I'm like amped. Yeah, SPF, shut the actual F up. SPF, just, and I feel good. So I'm gonna roll with that for a little while. Who's heading my way? If you'd see how she was hanging out of her dress, you'd be like, what? She's like literally like half a you-know-what on both sides. And she's with a dude, and he's just like, whatever. No. But yeah, I feel good. I might try, let's see, I'm in no rush, because I feel good. I'll let this go for a week. Yeah, there's two different, that's a lot, there's two different kinds of magnesium. I only have one, so I'd like to try the other, but, because the magnesium lets the electric signals flow through your body better. So yeah, I'm going to try that for a week, and then I might try a little potassium, because your heart functions optimally when it has enough magnesium and potassium going on. Your heart can F up if you got too much vitamin D, intracellular. I'm not a doctor. You do you. We're just talking. Yeah, and if you don't have enough magnesium, calcium gathers in your veins and your arteries and shit. So you need the throughput. And I'm not stupid. I still take a lot of fiber. I still take care of my heart. That dude was saying, trying to tell me I was gonna die from it. I mean, I'd like to compare. I'll compare blood work with anyone. I mean, if he's got better blood work, by eating bread, might as well just strap on a friggin' 5-pound bag of sugar and eat it. Oh, but I eat oatmeal every day. Same shit. That oatmeal is poisonous. It's pure sugar. It starts converting into sugar in your mouth. Oh, but it's heart healthy. Why? Because they put a heart on the frickin' jug of it? Nah. I got so much work to do. I got so much preaching to do. And nobody listens. But I don't care. If I'm reaching one person, it's worth my frickin' breath. That's how I feel about it. Everyone else could laugh and whatever. You could frickin' unsubscribe. I don't really give a shit. If I help that one person out there who needs to hear this, that's what I care about. And as long as, you guys help cover my parking and sit here and shit. But other than that, we cool. Yeah. I'll put my blood work up against any frickin' person on heavy on the carbs. You got the pre-diabetes. You got this, I don't. You got that, I don't. I'm not saying I'm the model of health. I mean, shit, I could drop tomorrow. But you know what? I wouldn't care, because my quality of life is on point. I weigh the same now as I did in high school, I have a 32-inch waist, I ain't got no belly or nothing. I mean, maybe a little bit, on the handles, but I'm fit as fuck. I could run up these stairs. I could do all this stuff, whatever. So you gotta figure I might be doing something right? Anyway. All for it? Patty, all for it? I would prefer liquid form, if you can get your hands on it. Because in the paste form, it is, now we're really getting demonetized. In the paste form, it's a little harder to control dosage. And it's all about the dosage. You got to get your dosage on point in that sweet spot. And with the paste, I don't know about the dosage thing. Barsh, thank you. You had a huge thyroid issue, numbers out of control, was low in magnesium, selenium, and had supplements. Right? You are what you eat. You are what you eat. You know what you might want to check too? Iodine. You might need a little iodine. But I'm not a doctor. If it was me and I had a thyroid issue, I would probably get a little iodine. The white stuff that's been, not the red shit. And I would dab a drop of it in my mouth every day. Like I do. Great for the thyroid. Yeah, I mean, what do you think they don't want you to take it? Why do they think they don't want it? I mean, it fixes 99.9% of what ails mankind, except if you're continually poisoning yourself. But people are going to push themselves to the point of no return eventually. There is a point where there's no coming back from, and that's why people are still eating the way they do and drinking the way they do and doing all the things the way they do, because there's time. I got time. Don't worry, we got time before I got to worry about it. You're going to wait for the doctor to, give you what prognosis? Chemo or some shit? Which, you could take some about now, that'd be fixed too. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, but Bror Fredrik, you drink a shit ton of coffee. Yeah, I do. Gotta have some vices in life. I'm no saint. I used to drink like a fish, I used to do stuff. Smoke on occasion, enjoy cigars and whatnot. Who freaking cares, Still gotta have some quality of life. But I'll be damned. And you heard it, God. I'll be damned. Damn me to hell if I'm gonna poison myself with my food. It's the one thing you have absolute and total control over, besides the words that come out of your mouth, that you can control, is what you eat. There is no excuse for poisoning your own body, for poisoning yourself. Oh, but I gotta try out this new restaurant. Do you? Well, up the block here, they're building the world's biggest In-N-Out burger. I mean, I haven't seen one dude with a flat stomach since I've been sitting here. The last time, none of these guys have seen their dicks in fucking 10 years. And that's why his woman's looking at me right now. I see it. What? Because you gotta go to In-N-Out Burger? There's no excuse for poisoning yourself. Go look at the ingredients. It's got numbers. It's got chemicals. Benzo whatever in the bun. How is that okay? How is that okay? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, jeez. Iodine. Iodine's powerful. Yeah, Jay Robin. All right, we're back on the same track. I didn't mean to pick on you before, but you're still here. All right, you cool with me. And I appreciate, now that I think of it, you're looking out for me, so I do appreciate that. But I do, you know, I take the fish oils, you know, I do all this stuff to keep everything pumping. I got my Mjolnir beating against my chest. Okay, yeah, because you know what? The size of the belly is indicative of the testosterone level. The larger the waist, the lower the testosterone. It's a freaking fact. It's an indisputable fact, but nobody seems to care. Like, why don't people love themselves enough? Or are they just that overwhelmed with the desire for instant pleasures of and whatever? But at what cost? At what cost? Your junk not working? At what cost? Not seeing your own toes? At what cost? You know, weird BO? I mean, why? Why? You can control that. It's not too late, and I think that's another thing people say. It's too late for me. I don't have time. You have time to stop at frickin' In-N-Out. You got time to stop at Chipotle. You got time to... I see all the frickin' drive-ins everywhere in town, the drive-thrus. You're waiting there for a half an hour. You can go home and make some food. There's no excuses other than you don't care, or you think you're gonna live forever, or it doesn't matter whether you live or die. But you know what? Your family gives a shit. And it's worse. I mean, okay, I'll get on the testosterone for men. Waste equals that. With women, you'll have problems too. You know, from poor diet and shit. You know, the boot knocking ain't gonna be the same. And guys, I mean, I hate to tell the ladies, but we're visual creatures. As much as we might love you, we might not end up attracted to you because you're not taking care of yourself anymore. I mean, let's be freaking real. Oh, well, if he loves me, it shouldn't matter what I look like, but we're visual creatures. We like to be like, yeah, I want to, yeah, bring that over here, baby. I want to, you know, like that's our nature. You can't take that from us. You know, so we want that. And number two, you know, it's not good for the estrogen. When a man's testosterone goes, he opens himself up to other diseases. It's almost a shield that a man walks around with, like good high testosterone. However, when a woman's estrogen dips and her testosterone, men have estrogen too, women do have testosterone. When your testosterone's low, you become boss babish, you know, and that's not attractive, number one. I'm not afraid to, you know, I'm comfortable with myself naked. I'm not boots with the lights on. Put them bitches on, you know? I want to see what's going on. I don't have to do it in the dark and think of someone else, you know? You know what I'm saying? How many people are thinking of someone else in the dark? You know? Anyway. Wow, I'm getting like, okay, whatever. But at the same time, you know, when the hormones are out of balance, it's over emotional. It leads to other things like osteoporosis and all that other shit that can all be avoided. The quality of your food determines the quality of your health. That's as simple and as base as I could put it. The quality of your food. See, that's what I'm all about. I want people to be healthy, wealthy, wise, and informed. That's why I started my other... I keep pointing down there, because it's usually down there. But that's why I have brorfredrik.com. Because you know how rare it is that I'm just going to go off like this? I can't even get into detail. I mean, I guarantee... If you don't see the chat, that means I got spanked for things that I had to say. But, because, you know, pharmaceutical industry is pretty freaking powerful. Anyway. Calories in, calories out. When the clothes are off, yeah, exactly, Marty, exactly. And it's a matter of pride, you know? You want the person you're with to be like, just desirous of you, not just like, you know? I mean, and the quality of the boot knocking when you're fit is on a whole different freaking level, but many people have not experienced that their entire lives because they've never been truly fit to truly experience the best boot knocking, you know? But it's athletic. That's all I can say. It's friggin' athletic. But whatever. I don't know, you do you. I think because I only get to talk like this one time a week publicly, yeah, I know. Let's see, how many people we got? We got 63 people, you know, and everyone else was just like, F this guy. Tell us where to eat shrimp, you know. Tell us where the best Burger King is, you know. And then they eat the shit, and then they have the gall to tell me that I'm doing something wrong by eating just bacon while they're eating McDonald's. It's just like, yes, do not. Anyway, it's funny. I mean, I gotta laugh sometimes. But like I said, if I reach one person, but everyone else is just like, you know, go point the camera at the lights, dude. Shut up. I mean, people send me emails like that, and I can care less, you know. I could actually care less because people don't realize, I mean, I do care about all you people. I legitimately care. I just want the best health. It's not cliche. It's not cliche. Oh, I see I'm signal dropping again. It's not cliche. But in the grand scheme of things, it's like, if you don't, whatever, you know, whatever. You know, I'm still me. You know, I'm still me, you're still you. You know, I don't wear a shirt in the pool. How many dudes are wearing shirts to go in the pool? Because they're ashamed to be looked at. I'll take my damn shirt off right now, I don't care. I don't got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, I'm not friggin' Adonis. I was at one point, but now I'm just like, you know, an above average, you know, because I'm not saying looks, but I ain't afraid to take my shirt off. I'll take my shirt off right here, walk outside, stand on my freaking head. I don't care. And, you know, most of the dudes who are like, you know, pointing their finger back at me are wearing shirts in the pool. People are funny. And I don't care. It's kind of fun. I want to serve as motivation, not an asshole. God put me on this planet to do something, and I think this is it. To rattle frickin' cages. And when he says stop, I'll stop. But right now, God's like, hey, bro, pedal to the metal, bro. We ain't got no time to waste. Humanity needs to hear. Not that I'm so great, but if God wants to dictate my actions, I'm down. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Look, I mean, shit. If I had to go back in time and choose between the place I own and buying Bitcoin, I'd be friggin' renting, and, you know, it would be a nice place, but I'd be renting, and I would have put all stupid wealthy right now. People are legitimately selling their houses to buy Bitcoin, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I mean, maybe I'm proselytizing, I think that's the word, or whatever, but I just know. I see it. I study it. I'm involved in the... I see it. There's no escaping it. If you don't get involved, you are going to be poor. Your generations in front of you are going to be poor. It's stupid not to. It's stupid. Countries are buying Bitcoin. And people sitting there, oh, Bitcoin's a scam. But I don't give a flying F. Because more for me. And people will understand. But I will feel bad for you when I'm very, very well off, or my progeny is very, very well off, and your progeny, not so much, you know? I'll feel kind of bad. I'll feel kind of bad. just like I do now, tripping over the homeless people when I go out on the strip. You know, that's what we're talking about here. It's like a move it or lose it type of thing at this point. Anyway, not to be a Debbie Downer, I do make it. I hope I make an effort. I kind of do. I mean, all you'd have to do. Okay, we'll get back on the Bitcoin for a second. Just drink one less beer this weekend at the big game and buy Bitcoin. And then you know what? It'll start becoming your alcohol addiction, because if you drink all the time, you have an alcohol problem. I don't give a shit. There's no such thing as drinking socially. If you drink more than once a week, you got to reevaluate, do a checkup from the neck up. And this comes from someone who used to drink every day. I wasn't a functioning alcoholic. I just had a high resistance, and I live in Vegas. But if you're drinking more than once a week, you gotta think about it. You know, it's freaking poison. Anyway, drink one less beer and buy Bitcoin, and then watching that grow will become an addiction in and of itself. You'll be addicted to the growth that you're gaining, rather than the vomiting and the beer belly, men and female, and all. I'm cool, and all the rest. You'll just be like, whoa. And then you know what? Skip going out to eat once a week. Buy some Bitcoin. You know, you could buy $30 worth of Bitcoin. That's what it takes for two people to eat that poison in and out shit, right? Skip it once, buy some Bitcoin, and just watch it. You don't have to buy. People think, oh, it's 65 grand. I don't have 65 grand. You could buy a penny's worth of Bitcoin. You could buy $10 worth, but do something. Robinhood is okay, but you got to transfer it out of there at your earliest convenience. They're actually pretty fair. It's only about 2.2% because there's a fee when you buy. It's like an exchange rate, you know, like country to country. It's an exchange rate. So when you buy, they charge you 2.2, like $2.20 on $100, whatever. However, don't leave it there, because you should never let someone start studying self-custody, what a self-custody wallet is, you know, join over there, whatever. Robinhood's a good place. You can buy it through Cash App. I think they're at 2.5%. There's plenty of places you could do it. There's different ways of doing it. You know what? We could talk about that tomorrow night, because I gotta go. I didn't realize it was 8 o'clock. I don't like talking about making purchases and where to buy. Thank you, Miss Google. I do appreciate that. You are awesome. Kisses. I don't send you guys kisses. I'll give you hugs. I send the ladies kisses. Thank you. We can talk about that tomorrow. I don't really like talking about like where to buy on channel, like in public, because that would give the impression that I have something to gain by it, which I absolutely do not. You know, I mean, I might put a link sometime in the description for like a hardware wallet or something, but I have nothing to gain at all by you guys getting involved in what I'm talking about. I make this, I'm not getting paid to say this, I'm not getting commission, there's nothing. I'm not recommending nothing. It's just I want the best for people, and I'm doing it myself. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I have nothing to gain. So if I say on the channel, well, you should use this place and that place and this place, it's going to give the people impression that, you know, I'm shilling. People probably think I'm shilling anyway. I'm just enthusiastic. You know, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it ain't a train. So I don't want to give people the wrong impression, you know, and be like, oh, he's just trying to sell us some Bitcoin. I ain't selling shit, you know, I'm just telling you. But yeah, we can talk about that tomorrow. I'll put it between the lines of some things we talk about tomorrow. How's that sound? All right, so I'm gonna get going. No, I'm good. Oh, you got it? Let's go. That'd be cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna book. That was fun. I'm heavily caffeinated right now. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, you know, be it what it may. I get a little excited, a little animated, a little preachy, but is what I do. But tomorrow we'll have fun. Like I said, I am making Saturday a regular thing again because I enjoy coming out. The weather's getting nicer. It's going to be beautiful next week. Tomorrow will be nice too. So, and I'll probably go out around as it gets dark so we can see the lights and go look at the 5 best places to eat shrimp and all this stuff. So, one last time, I'm going to invite everyone to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again. We're sleep 5 times a week. And if you want to support the channel, I got all the links down there, including to my channel where I could openly talk about stuff. I mean, you think this is open? Not quite. I'm still under the thumb. Yeah. And I appreciate everyone who sent a super chat tonight because I am fan funded, and you know, YT is not a big fan of mine. In case you haven't noticed, and I love you guys. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.